start recording. We're gonna start marking off some of our closer higher time price points like 1830. We don't have to go crazy with all the other ones because we know we're not probably gonna get to those points as of late or anytime soon. But we got 1750 and 1830 over here holding a nice support and resistance. Unfortunately, we're sitting right inside of a higher time frame range, so we already know it's gonna be difficult to trade on the lower time frames. But as far as the weekly candles go, we might be able to capitalize on the what is it, the remainder of this fake out over here, where we came all the way into this area, kind of been creating that lower or that bearish trend over here. Not really, only has been connecting a few times. Could really kind of draw it like that if you want, but we don't have to. But right now we're bouncing off that area. Most important thing is that we're bouncing right back into 1830 below that previous resistance. And we got that strong close right there. Healthy top wick, past the low of the previous candle over here. And now we're just heading right back down. If I take the history off the chart, you guys can see how strongly bearish this monthly candle is. And again, we're sitting right in the beginning of the actually the week. And we're right towards the end of the week. I'm sorry. So the monthly candle ended up closing a really weak bearish candle. Top wick formed. We now flipped already, right? And then again, the weekly candle has that top wick past low of the previous candle, and we don't even have a bottom wick right now. We're just, you see all the bearish pressure so far. Just this. So right now we're coming into a previous support over here to the left. Right. We could probably end up adjusting that as we go down. But again, I like this setup right here. And we broke this down yesterday where you got that resistance that was holding right in this area. We kept rejecting it multiple times. Even with that bullish candle, we still closed below it. The next candle created a top wick, passed below the previous candle, closed bearish. Another rejection with that wick. Another rejection with that wick as well, closing, right around this area. And then again, this top wick formed, flip bearish, pass low of the previous candle, and now coming right into that support. So are we going to be able to push through, continuing down? It's right now Thursday, towards the end of the session, around 9:38 here. So what we're going to do, I know we already took a trade yesterday. We're going to fast forward to London. Actually, no, we're going to fast forward to Friday. We're going to fast forward to Friday in New York because London right now, what we have is FOMC, or not FOMC, but we have NFP coming out over here. Unemployment rate, we got ISM services manufacturing. So gold, most likely, as we know, is probably going to be a rangy kind of a pair until the New York session, and then until NFP over here, or keep calling it. Oh yeah, NFP. Until NFP, we're going to get probably some heavy range, and then until there, we probably won't get a move. So we're sitting here at no, we're going to go to 1300. So that's 6 a.m. Eastern. Right now, another little update. Again, we ended up getting a strong daily bearish candle closing right at this area, but also we got that first rejection of this area down here below that support, right? Now, this current candle has a top wick, is now, retracing all the way back down to that area, and it's pretty weak so far. So is there a possibility for that candle to flip bearish and continue right back down? Looking at NFP, we're expecting almost 10,000 jobs added, or I would say maybe like 7,000 jobs added is what they're expecting over here. So nothing big as far as movement is concerned. What they're expecting, they are expecting lowering in unemployment over here as well, which is good, obviously, for that time as well. Anytime lowering unemployment is very good for the market. Now, Treasury report, that's about it. And then ISM services PMI, they're expecting a lot less over here, but still over 50 points. So looking at 4 hour, got a couple guys came in. What's up, guys? Lim, Charlie.
Hey, how's it going?
Giorgio. Great, man. How are you?
Yo, what's up?
Very well, thank
What's
you.
up, man? All right, so I'm just gonna adjust this down as always. Got that support right there, support over here to the left, and then support over here we ended up bouncing off of. That was that wick that was created on the higher time frames. And then now if we zoom in over here, we have pretty much like this area right here that's holding a resistance. Previous support over here to the left, ended up getting a nice bearish candle close right at that area with a wick to fill. Or can we continue down from here and continue right back down? Like I said, I think we're going to continue to range here until we get some NFP movement. I'm going to see if we could trade the reaction to the news on the NFP. All right, now what we're seeing here is anytime you see a bullish candle followed by a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle, that is some kind of a support, right? So right now we're kind of holding a support in there. Gotta adjust this to the left over here. Got that support to the left as well. So anything below there, maybe we could have safe sells. I don't know if I want to take any buys in this area. Most likely, maybe take something above this area as well. Kind of looking at this right here. And that might be safer to trade above, right? Anything in here is all kind of like rangy over here. It's very difficult to trade. This is where you're kind of changing direction, especially once we break above this resistance right over here, which we can mark off. Anybody have anything else to add that they're seeing that they want to mark off?
Maybe you can identify like the downtrend line too.
Yeah, good point. Absolutely. Yeah. So let's actually go back to the 4 hour for a second. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you got like, this is what we were looking at yesterday, and we're kind of reacting to that area right there with that bearish candle close, right? Just that to the left. Again, we got that close at that area. We could be coming into this area as well on the 4 hour. This is what we were talking about yesterday, right? Previous support right here and right there. We ended up closing below. So right here on the 4 hour, can we reject that area and continue right back down on that 4 hour? Looking at the 1 hour, again, tapping into that trend line multiple times over here. You know, now that I'm looking at the 1 hour, what I would like to do is kind of move this right there. That's why you go up to the higher time frames again, because it just gives you a better idea. So ended up closing below that support with that candle, rejecting with this candle right here. Can we hold that as a resistance to continue down? Let's measure that range. 77, 78 pips, almost 80 pips right there. So that'd be nice. Yeah, now you're starting to see price kind of coming back above. If you look at the candle body anatomy here, got that low that was just formed after that hard rejection of this area. I think this is the move that we took yesterday. Oh no, I think it was over here. This was the move that we got yesterday. This is the one that we were about to get, but we missed. This is very similar to the gold trade I took this morning as well. But right here, we just got another impulsive move, right? Another rejection of, let's say, this area. I hate having so many zones here, but ended up rejecting that previous support and resistance. But can we stay below this area? Let me zoom out. There, right there. Can we stay below that area? I don't want to trade anything in here. I don't even know if I want to take any buys above here. But right up here, you could possibly take some buys coming up into this area. So we'll see what we got there. So let's play this through. Go back to the 4 hour for a second. Yeah, 4 hours is very rangy over here, right? Especially because this candle is so far, it is pretty bullish. 1 hour candle did close bullish over here with a wick to fill. These candles are exhausting. See those bottom wicks? These bottom wicks over there, that tells you that we're exhausting. Then you get the higher low, higher high. Now we're pushing up. Now, again, main focus for this week, first week of any month, is NFP, right? Which I think we're going to be getting next week in the live market. Pretty sure. We might. I don't know. Gotta check the date. Yeah. So we're going to be getting NFP the first Friday of any month. So next week will be Friday. A lot of the focus is going to be towards the end of the week, right? So in this week, we were able to get plenty of moves, but at the same time, you just want to be careful is all I'm saying. I'm not saying not to trade. Somebody in here? No. Okay, so right now, we are rejecting that area. It's up a little bit. 15-minute heavy range. Gonna get that higher low right here. Strong bullish price action here. Got about 35 to 40 pips to get up to that resistance. I don't know if you want to be taking that. Definitely not taking that yet. 15-minute is just pushing up, but we did create a high now. Do we hold a support over here? And is that something you even want to start capitalizing on? Counter trend trade right before NFP. It's probably not a smart idea. Could it end up happening? Absolutely, but you don't want to go crazy.
How low have we got into NFP?
Probably. Yeah, right now it's 6:23. It's going to be at 8:30. So it's going to be at 15:30 right over here. So we don't have too much time. That's why I got it speeded up a little bit. Tariq Nichols. Wow. All right. So far, this candle ended up rejecting that area. This candle's passing the low right away. Do we hold that as a support, or are we going to continue the bearish trend? Wait a minute. Anybody go back and rewatch some of the previous ones we've done? Are they helping you? If you are. No.
Not
I'll
yet,
make notes
but
on the timing.
What's up, Keel?
yeah, I'll make some notes.
I think Kian, what'd you say?
I said the same as Charlie. We made some notes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Good. You guys show up to all these anyway. I mean, I highly recommend you guys go back and rewatch every live stream, even when you show up to them. And then also, looks like we're holding support right here. And then also, the backtesting sessions as well. Even though you guys show up, it's like just going back and reaffirming. It's almost like writing notes during reading a book on a chapter, and then going back and rereading those notes. It helps out. Just solidifies those setups that you see. So 1 hour looks like we keep rejecting this area over here, and that would be such a counter trend trade before NFP. I see too many people doing that. It's just not worth it. Again, this is like a 30 pip range, 35 pip range. What are you going to catch 10 pips out of that? You don't need to. Tiger, you see Hackett to the Jets?
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, how do you feel about that?
I think he was a horrible head coach, but I do think he was a good coordinator. He took Blake Bortles to the NFC Championship. Now they had one of the best rushing attacks. Was with Rodgers, one of the best red zone attacks as well.
Hey, you know what that means?
Yeah.
Rodgers, he's on the way.
I'll take him, man.
I think that's perfect. That's all you guys need.
What's up?
That's all you guys need is a quarterback.
I know. And I mean, to have Rodgers like with our rushing attack and defense, top 3 in the league. Give me that all day. So this is an interesting setup right over here, right? Where we ended up holding this support. Candle respected the low, flip bullish over here. Up. And then P. No, it's 8 a.m. So 8 o'clock candle just opened. That's why you don't take that. The more you guys backtest and see that, the more it's going to keep you from taking it in the live market. Whenever you guys start to get unconfident with your live trading and you know what you're doing, there's a couple underlying effects. One of them is you're not following your rules, right? So you're not confident in getting yourself out of that drawdown or getting yourself out of that confidence, non-confidence streak, I guess you could say, or slump. And the other reason is you're not backtesting enough. You're not seeing enough setups. You're not seeing what works and what doesn't. Like that's whenever you guys want to gain momentum, just put work in. Just go back and look at what you've done previously well. Put your head down and work. You don't have to put any kind of music on or anything like that. All your motivation comes from the work that you're putting in. So we're getting like some movement right here. Right? Look how much we're moving right now before NFP. So are we just grabbing liquidity over here before possibly continuing up? Let me just grab the news out, put it right here. It's about to come out, and I'm going to move it to real time. So we got about 10 seconds left. Let's see what we end up getting here.
I respected
1,
your trend line.
0. Yep. Yeah, nice bounce off that trend line. Wow, look at that. That's like a nice liquidity grab before price continues back up. Now, again, we're not going to jump in any kind of trades the first 10 seconds. I'm going to wait to see what ends up happening here. And it's good we're watching this in like real time right now. If it comes to it, we can fast forward a little bit, but right now this is literally how the market moves right after NFP. Let's go back to the 4-hour. So 4-hour just past the high of the previous candle. Strong bullish candle, kind of engulfing. We'll see how it closes, but nice liquidity grab here in the 1-hour, right? Can we close above that resistance? 30-minute strong candle passing the high, continuing up over here. So where can we go from here? Hager, what are you seeing here, bud?
I mean, I'm just kind of letting the news kind of do its work right now, but the way it's looking, seems like it's breaking out, kind of causing some type of reversal.
Yeah, what I meant to ask, that was my fault. What would you like to see here? Like, are you aiming to take a reaction to the news kind of a trade? If
Yeah,
price
just a
does a certain thing?
reaction. Yeah, once everything kind of settles down, maybe I'll look for buys above that resistance that you have set on
I
top.
like it. Okay. Fair enough, Charlie.
Yeah, similar to Tiger.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for.
Looking to see if we close above 1776. Quite a year. I love messing with you Brits about that.
Oh, 1776 again.
What a year. There's a New York City what's it called? It's a New York City like urban development Instagram that I follow. It's pretty interesting. They take you through like, you know, what should we do with Brooklyn? Like, should we start building up even more? But also it takes you through like the history of the city and stuff like that. And there's this one square in Lower Manhattan where there was a King Henry. I think it was King Henry. Who's the king of England at the time? Not King Charles.
Was it King George, maybe?
Yeah, it was King George III. You're right.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of those, but
One of the Georges.
one of them. But there was a statue there, like, and there were these it's still like it's just like a park now, but it's like barricaded by these like black. Look at Keon changing his background. It was guarded by these like this black fence, like metal fence, and at the top of the fence there were like these crowns. And the statue back then, when they recited the Declaration of Independence in that square, they tore down that statue and then took off all the crowns on the fence, which is pretty interesting.
Oh, well, it's bound to happen sooner or later.
But you guys burned down most of New York. Not a lot of people know that. But when they came back, the whole military basically took over New York City for like 2 or 3 years. I think you chased like I don't know if you guys have you been to the US? Have you been to New York, Charlie?
No, unfortunately
Oh
not.
yeah. Okay. So
Oh,
we have
come.
like Long Island, and then once you go past Long Island from the ocean, you go past Long Island, you pass it on your right, and then you go under the Verrazano Bridge, and under the Verrazano Bridge, then you have Manhattan sitting right there. And Brooklyn is between Long Island. It is Long Island basically, but it's the tip of Long Island. But on the other side of the East River is Manhattan. And when you guys were taking over Long Island, Washington in the middle of the night had to like sneak over the East River, build all these boats, snuck the entire army into Manhattan, being chased by Britain overnight. They had no idea that was going on. And they finally came back into Manhattan, and then you guys took over. Manhattan. Surge has been there for a week. But yeah, Manhattan there's a lot of stuff that isn't there anymore because it was pretty much burned down.
Yeah, I watched Gangs of New York for the first time
Wait,
last
when?
year, and I didn't know about any of that because it's kind of loosely based on a true story, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But
Like Bill the
yeah, the
Butcher is like
city
the
was
first.
basically destroyed. You know,
Well, that was way after that. That was about 100 years after. Maybe like 80 years after that took place.
right?
Like that
Yeah,
first scene
but
when they're all
there's so
fighting.
much of that history I don't know though, so it's interesting to hear about it.
I would say that's my favorite movie of all time. Departed is number 2.
What?
Haven't seen Divide.
Oh, you gotta see that.
You haven't seen it?
That's a
No,
great movie.
That's
I
one of the
know.
classics.
It'll take you for a twist at the end. You won't expect any of it, and it's just like twist after twist after twist. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a Scorsese movie. Actually, both of them are. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit. We're gonna see how, because like if you look at the lower time frames, we're still kind of ranging in here. Right, 15-minute is rejecting that area. I thought maybe we could get like a close above there, maybe still, but who knows? But that's a huge retracement from where we just created that high. So the 1 hour now is flipping bearish as well. So let's see what we end up getting over here. Fast forward this a little bit. We're retracing here. I'd like to see this 30-minute candle close above that area if I'm going to take any buys. If not, then I'm probably going to stay away from this. Yeah, it's rejecting hard. Yeah, I was talking about it this morning too. The Nick, we just finished it. It's really good ending. Really good show. If any of you guys are interested in those like hospital shows. Hard rejection here. All right, how did the 15-minute close? 15-minute close bullish. This candle is now passing low the previous candle here. So again, still no trade. I don't want to touch anything. And honestly, with everything going on here, we're going to readjust our ranges. So right here, I'm going to delete this one. This one, I'm going to move down to here. I don't think I want to trade anything within this whole range. Make sense?
It's still reacting to the news. It's still quite volatile.
But yeah, it's definitely volatile because prices everywhere. But at the same time, I am fast forwarding this. So it's at times 11.
Yep. Yeah, I just literally got a new Zoom. I'm still seeing this ×1. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't want to trade anything in here. All right, close right back into this range. Look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour just closed because it's what's it called? 9 a.m. Right? But we are holding support here, right in this area, right? Adjust that to the left. We hold that support again. I don't want to take any buys until we break above this area, right? Because then you'll have safer buys to continue back up to 1790, somewhere in that area. Right now this candle is creating a higher low, right? So are we going to fill that wick? Not interested in trying to fill the wick and jump into this because we're ranging, but like I said, anything above here I'll be interested in taking.
Sorry, I just missed that. Where would you be interested in taking?
Once we start to break structure here on the 1 hour, right here, this might be even safer. Actually, it will be safer, but I could definitely see if we close above here and get like a support, I could see that coming up. Now, more so sells because we are still creating those lower highs, and the previous 1 hour candle did close bearish, right? But I'm paying attention to the 4 hour too and understanding how we're holding this support. And the last time we were in this area, what ended up happening?
From shooting up.
Got that whole move right there. Now that's not guaranteed, but once we start breaking above that, what do we talk about when we say we're gonna, if we are gonna trade bottoms or tops? What do we wait for? You remember, Keon?
We need volume or news to push it up.
Of course. What
Um,
else would you like to see as far as the candles?
Clean bullish. Rejecting the bottom. Ready support.
Yep, exactly. So you're waiting for the nearest resist. If you're calling bottoms, you're waiting for the nearest resistance to close above and hold support. And then if we hold support, you could take this thing up. Maybe it's a wick rejection, doesn't matter. But most of the time, I like to see that classic break and retest where you get that bearish reclose, bullish close, and then we continue up from there. That's how you call. Like right over here, you kind of had it. It depends on what we look like on the lower time frames. Let's see, where is it? No. That's a kind of a weak example, but right here was our nearest resistance at the time. Previous support over here. We created this high. We come right back down. This is actually a pretty good idea. It's just kind of choppy over here. But right over here, we ended up getting a high created. You don't take the impulse entry, but you ended up getting this retest here, and then you could take it up. Again, sometimes you could take this right over here, but you need a better wick than that. You can't be taking it like that. If you get something like this, I'd much rather wait for the pullback and then take this thing up. Make sense? Same thing with calling tops. You're waiting for the most recent support to be broken and retested, and then you can take that down. So we're kind of, oh, look at this rejection here. Hard bounce off this area. I was able to read this perfectly on US 30 today on the 1 minute. I did the same exact thing, understanding how, like, okay, price is coming into this area. Last time we were in this area, we just shot up. Now we came right back to the same area, and now we're shooting up as well. But if you know that price is going to close below this area, there's a high chance that price could come back down to here. Always looking for probabilities. We don't have Quentin today. He went to the opera, I guess. Went into the Phantom of the Opera.
Quentin was saying that Sharma got a job. Is this true? She's not doing the streams anymore.
Is Quentin in Sherman's group too? I forget if he
Well,
was or not.
I don't know if he was, but he knew about it, and because I asked him when you were away. because I haven't seen you and Sharma do any streams for a while.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, actually two of you guys came to me yesterday. Lewis and Jamie are both in Sharma's group as well. And I'm not gonna speak on her behalf or anything if she hasn't told any of them, but Lewis was wondering what happened to her. And I wanted to check with Jamie to see if he told them, because he said that she left with no announcement or anything like that. So I wanted to make sure with Jamie to see if she did, and she did. She hopped on the Zoom with everyone and let them know, but she never recorded the Zoom and never made an official announcement on Discord. So what she was doing was she got a job, I think, with Goldman Sachs, one of the big banks. I'm pretty sure it's Goldman Sachs, as a trader. And all the power to her. That's amazing.
Wow,
So
good for her, man.
right. 100%. So that's why we haven't done anything, because she's not legally allowed to run a mentorship or trade on her own if she's
interesting.
if she's trading for a bank, which that's what she wants to do. So that's what she wants to do, but what's it called? So she was training her brother for a few months on how to run the group and I guess how to trade and all that stuff. But I guess there were a couple rumblings yesterday that a night or two ago that some people weren't happy with that and with the way she kind of handled it, and they're not happy with the kind of direction that the group is going in. And that's what Lewis was wondering about. So, I don't know.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I haven't talked to her in
She's got a lot of knowledge to give, hasn't she? So
yeah,
maybe she'll be back one day
maybe
with all the insider knowledge.
yeah, maybe that'll benefit the group even more with her working
Yeah.
for a bank, understanding.
I'm
the
sure
way.
she'll go far though.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm wondering if because Lewis and Jamie are friends with a lot of those guys, so I'm wondering if some of those people end up coming over to us. Not that I'm trying to get anyone, from her group or anything like that, but you may see some more people from that group end up, because I'm kind of close with like KB and a lot of those guys talk to me on Instagram, so I wouldn't be surprised if they hopped over. But I do miss those live streams.
Yeah, you two were good together. It
Yeah.
was really heard the fundamentals and you did the technicals. I'll
Yeah.
miss that.
Yeah, me too. Me
I
too.
saw something on your IG a few days ago. You mentioned about streaming on YouTube in like April. Was
Yeah,
that?
April 1st. It was
Was
an
that?
April Fool's joke. Nah,
Oh, okay. I just
I'm
saw
kidding.
April.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
We're gonna go on YouTube. We're obviously gonna have our Zoom, and you guys will be. It's almost like Rakil, right? Remember when like he would have market fluidity, and everyone's in the Zoom. Like I would be talking to him. It'd be Ted. It'd be you guys. Like you guys will be just. I hope you guys don't mind. You guys are gonna be building names for yourselves now, and on with your analysis and stuff like that. It might give you guys an opportunity if that's something that you guys want to do, garner attention and notoriety in the foreign exchange market. Because that's honestly how I grew my name on Rakil's streams, just sharing my analysis and sharing my ideas, stuff like that, just talking to them, and it kind of grew who I was. And thanks to them, it's Rakil would always shout me out and stuff like that.
Has Rakil stopped doing his streams now?
I know he still does them, but it's a much different format. It's not like it's literally just him talking to himself and answering questions on YouTube. People are still on the Zoom, but
Still in the gulag.
Yeah, it's basically him in the gulag, and then people on Zoom, but he's not showing faces and stuff like that. It's
Does Ted still show up?
I think every once in a while. I haven't.
Yeah.
We run our own stream, so it's I haven't been involved with him.
Yeah, sure.
But I do subscribe to Rakil's live stream, and every once in a while it'll pop up like the recording, and I'll hop in there and see what they were looking at. So it doesn't look like we're getting much of a move over here. Not interested in trading any of this. How about you guys? Nothing,
Too much
right?
wicks.
And that also too, with the live streams on YouTube, I think I've told a lot of you guys this when you guys were first coming in. Like the way I want people to look at you guys, whether you want the notoriety and stuff like that, I want, like, if I come to London or Manchester and I set up a boot camp of like 30 students, right? And they're all sitting there in the classroom, but you guys come by, you've been in the group for a year or two, and you're really good traders, you're profitable, you're doing it full time, all that stuff. I want you, when you guys walk into a room, they look at you and they're like, damn, I know he's a great trader because he's been in the group, and I've seen him on, like, now that we do the live streams, it's like I've seen him what's it called, trading and adding his analysis, stuff like that. I know exactly who Kyung is. I know who Charlie is. You know, I know who Tiger is, Sharjeel and Lim, you know, like all of you guys. So like, I want that for you guys.
Yeah, I'm happy to help out in the future when I'm ready to. I don't feel ready to yet, but yeah, I'm
Shit.
confident I will be.
Oh, I
I'm
know
not
you
really
will.
after my own notoriety or to start a group or anything, but I just want to get profitable first
Yeah,
before I think about anything else.
yeah,
But
yeah. That's
I'll be willing to give back to this group for sure.
appreciate it. Yeah, it's. I'm not asking for help or anything like that. If you guys want to do that, I fully appreciate it. I'm just saying and it's not really about the notoriety. It's everyone wants to feel appreciated, and everyone wants to feel like they're wanted. You know, and when you get that attention, like it's like Kerwin. I use Kerwin as an example because he's always been somebody that never wanted a lot of attention or wanted to start his own mentorship and stuff.
Yeah,
But he's
Kerwin
always
was cool, wasn't he?
yeah, he's always willing to help out and stuff like that. And people look at him as a great trader, right? So like whether you guys want the notoriety or not, I want you guys to be almost like a Kerwin.
He had his whiskey collection in the background. Was it whiskey or rum he was into? Can't remember.
Tequila.
Oh, tequila.
Yeah, tequila and cigars.
Yeah, they'd get a trade and he'd crack out his tequila.
Yeah. Yeah, he makes some good steaks too. From what I hear, I haven't been down there to see him yet. I was going to meet up with him during my bachelor party, in March, but never got around to it.
Yeah, I bet he's great fun to be around.
Yeah. I should have hit him up. We went to this Red Steakhouse. Oh my God, I think it's the best steakhouse in Miami, supposedly. But it was like, this steak is amazing. Amazing. Here we go. So this 30-minute candle is going to be closing. We're getting towards the end of the session here, but this 30 minutes is going to be closing in the next 8 minutes. So if we close above this area, is anybody looking to take this range up to 1781? That wick fill, that previous resistance right there. Depends how we close. We got to see, but I want to see a strong close. It looks like it's going to close strong. If it closes below, we got to maybe revisit. We got to see what's up. But if it closes above, I want to see a healthy bottom wick and a pass to the high of the previous candle, or a flip on its own.
The previous wick to your left, that reaction to your news, would you take that into account when it closes above or above it?
1 second. Okay, there we go. So we closed, right? You're talking about this wick?
Yes.
Really depends on this candle. And that's again, that's that answer that I always want you guys to be giving. It's like, all right, depends on what the candles give me, depending on, you know, if the range is clean or not. But that's a clean move to the left. Let's go back to the 4 hour. 4 hour, again, filling that wick that we were just talking about, right? Respected the low of the previous, right? We're bouncing off an area we bounced off in the past. The 1 hour over here is a very strong 1 hour candle. And the only thing is, like, how much stronger can it get? Do I want to take anything in here? Let's measure this range again. All right, you got about 50 pips up to that wick right there. I wouldn't worry so much about this wick, Kia. Again, it depends on this candle. Let's see what we end up getting here. Yeah, 15-minute, got a strong close above. So I could see if the next one respects that low and starts passing the high of these candles, at least getting the 1-to-1 is what I'd be looking for. Let me just slow this down a little bit. We might not even get it because we're getting close to the end of the session on a Friday. So do we want to take anything to end the week or no? It's just very similar to the GJ trade I was talking about today, right? Where you got that like pull back into the range. It was like price was holding a resistance, kept rejecting that area. We closed above, came right back in, got a very strong bullish close, and it's you take that next candle. That's kind of what I'm talking about when I talk about these candles. I know it's much different of a setup, but when it comes to the way this 15-minute closed and formed with that bottom wick, I could see that happening over here as long as we hold this support right here. I would want to take it after the pass of that candle with my stop loss somewhere down here. So entry right there, stop loss would be somewhere down here. Depends on if this candle is breaking its own highs. Because you got this clean move to the left coming into this area. It's pushing back now. 30-minute. Yeah, 30-minute. I would see that was a strong 30-minute close. But what's going on now, the trend that Tiger wanted to mark down, it just broke, right? For the first time over here. I was just stopped at a break even on gold. Got a while we wait for that, I'll point it out to you. GJ's creating a higher high. There we go. So did this make sense to you guys? That's that impulse volume push that we talked about. We literally talked about that exact same setup. I drew it for you guys this morning. Right? You got the strong bearish candle close. Not only that, but a wick rejection. Strong close below that resistance. Top wick formed. Close below with a wick to fill. Bearish candle closes right below that area, rejecting it for the first time. Top wick formed, passed below the previous candle. Stop loss right up here. I think I put it up here, and I took this all the way down. Make sense?
So can you just explain that bullish candle there?
Yes. So this bullish
What's
candle.
how are you confident that that will go down?
So again,
'Cause it's weak.
we're ranging in this area, and it's again, I was pointing this out to all of you guys, but especially Lenny yesterday, where if you guys remember a couple days ago, we were sitting in this range right here, right? And when you're sitting in this range, price is just bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down. We come down, grab liquidity in the same exact area, which we've pushed off in the past. We close a strong bullish candle outside of that range with that wick. And then all of a sudden you get that whole move right there, right? So same thing right here. We're ranging all day, right? Ranging. Data comes out today for GDP. We end up getting this candle, grabbing liquidity, almost flipping bullish, but closing a really weak bearish candle, rejecting this area for the first time, which we didn't know was a resistance just yet, right? And then you get this candle pushing all the way into this area and then flipping bearish. Now we're really holding this resistance, okay? So that's one hint that price could continue down. Now I know Sammy grabbed this move over here, which I was calling out. I was just in US 30 at the time. I didn't want to take a scalp at the same time, but where you capitalize on almost like a fake out of this area right here, right? This candle creates that top wick, flips bearish, passes the low of that candle, and it's risky, but it's doable. I was calling this out for you guys. I was saying I could definitely see someone taking that, and Sammy executed on it. But I said a safe sell would be waiting for a break of this area, waiting for a close below. You had this wick to fill, and then all of a sudden you get this bullish candle closing, not above that area, but right below this area. 15-minute, you get this pullback over here, strong bearish candle, almost like a fake out right there. Strong bearish candle, another strong bearish candle right here. Weak bullish, another bearish candle, which is, my next confirmation. The 30-minute candle was closing bullish, but it was pulling back because of this bearish candle close, right? Top wick formed on that one, passed the low of these candles and continued down. But I took this based on the 30-minute where we got that top wick, passed the low. We passed the low in the first minute or two, right? And then we pulled back. And I knew we were pulling back. That's why I put my stop loss up here, knowing it's gold. And then we pulled back a little bit, almost flipped bullish, but we didn't. And then we broke our own low again and broke the low of that candle and just shot down. Make sense? Take this.
Yeah.
right here.
It makes it, yeah, that's much more clear. Thanks.
On, you know,
Is that strictly a break and retest kind of trade, though, or is that something else? That's a
yeah, that's I would consider that a break and retest, but what I call
Yeah.
it's my own name for it, but it's a impulse volume push. So like you
Yeah.
need volume for this to happen because the previous 30-minute candle did close bullish, right? But as long as it closes a weak bullish below this area, below that previous support, right? I know that the next candle, as long as it creates that top wick, sometimes it doesn't even create a top wick and it drops. But I'd rather create that top wick first before taking this.
because
You drew this
I think
similar
I've got one of
setup
these.
just now.
I'm sorry. Was that Lim?
Go on, Lim.
Oh, no, I was saying I think you drew the similar setup during the live session just now. From the discussion about whether like you prefer shorts more than longs, you drew the same
Yeah.
exact setup.
Yep, that's what I was talking about. Right before I broke that down for Charlie, I was saying I literally broke this entire setup down for you guys. If you guys go back and rewatch the live session today, you'll see me draw these candles out with the annotation right here. I was like, this is an impulse volume push. And I think these play out a lot better when it's a sell rather than being a buy when it's the opposite way. I did this exact same thing. And that's exactly what we got today.
Yeah, I think I had one of these on the simulator this morning.
Oh, good.
And I felt like I could see it was going to go, it was going to dump, but I didn't feel like that I'd seen enough of a retest to take it. And then it sort of left without me. And I remember Rakil saying that GJ doesn't retest sometimes, it just sort of goes.
Yeah.
Which I've been seeing a lot on the simulator, but I'm like, well, I need to wait for a strict retest. So I've been getting kind of frustrated, even though I'm seeing
That's
trades.
natural.
I'm anticipating trades to go.
Understand that's part of the process. If you get frustrated like that and being like, damn, I keep missing these fucking moves, like you just get pissed. You get pissed, right? Just know that that's part of the whole process of you. You know, eventually you're going to start taking them, but really low risk. And I think you saw Quentin in the New York session mention that. He's like, I took this, but I really lowered my risk a lot, and I wish I risked more. I said, no, listen, that's okay. You want to be doing that. It goes from missing the trade over and over and over again and journaling it. You make sure you journal it. And then it goes into taking a very low risk. And then it goes into a setup like this being a 2 or 3% risker. Nothing more than that.
Yeah.
But that's but make sure there's a couple things on this. One is, again, like I said, that top wick. But even before that, make sure that that's a weak close. If that's a strong bullish close right here, like something like that, right? I'm waiting for it. And you've seen me do this on the simulator. If we get something like that, I tell you guys, wait for that bearish close first. And then take the next candle that creates the top wick, respects the high of it, and then pass the low of it, then take that move. But you need to wait for a bearish close first in your direction.
And that's about stacking good decisions, as you say.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, getting the
100%.
probability calculation right.
There you go. Stack good decisions. That's all you got to focus on. Is like, that's another thing. This morning I was talking about things that you could pride yourself on as a trader: patience, but also not making the same mistakes twice. That's a little bit off subject, but like just not making the same mistake twice every single, like if you make it 3 times, it's okay. All right, whatever. It happens. But never let a mistake happen 4 times. Because then you start beating yourself up and you're pissed. All right, so let's continue this real quick. Damn, it's only been 53 minutes. It's not bad. So 15-minute is retracing over here. Never pass below that candle. So that's positive, still holding this support. And then not to mention, okay, 15-minute did close bearish. Kind of a weak bearish, but again, we keep rejecting this area. Right? Well, not keep rejecting it. We rejected it for the first time, but this candle did close above that area. Right? So now we're kind of safe to maybe hold this support right here. Then this candle rejected it. And now can this candle reject it and pass the high of these candles? Oh, That's what I was looking at. So what did we get here? ISM was a lot higher than expected over here. Non-farm, we didn't even look at the data. We're crazy. NFP over here. Where is it? A lot worse than expected. Look at that. Way worse than expected over here. Average earnings index dropped. I don't think we're quite in that inflationary. We're starting to get inflation at that time. Unemployment did drop though quite a bit, which is good. Right, it's still at 4.2%, which is not good, but it did drop from expected and previous, so that's good. And then ISM services PMI rose as well. Right, so not exactly bad data, right? So I can't really see gold continuing up too much yet, but we'll see how these candles form. See the 30-minute. This is the 15. See what we could do here is reduce this, and that. And then look at the 15-minute and the 30-minute. Left and right. This is the 30-minute. Watch these at the same time. Hopefully your screens aren't too small for this.
I'd like to take a buy position over here with my
Nice.
stop.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm looking at. Good shit, buddy. I would have my stop loss a little bit wider though.
Yeah. I'll have it just below that moving average.
Yeah, exactly. I would say, yeah, somewhere around here. That way, if price ends up passing the high and then we're tracing back and flipping bearish again, you have time to manage risk or room. Not so much time, but room. Maybe we'll do this moving forward a little bit more. Instead of having the 4 screens, or the 4 hour, the 1 hour, 30, and the 15, maybe just the 30 and the 15. Do you guys like this?
Yeah, it looks good like this.
Okay. I think 2 is enough because some of your screens are a little bit small. Okay. All right. So the 15-minute is about to pass the high over here. We're getting close to the close. The hour close. Let me see if it starts breaking its own high. Might miss it like yesterday. Okay. See how it's breaking its own high right now? I would say I'm going to use dynamic risk here. So I think I only want to use it's Friday. You want to lower your risk to so 1% total on this trade. So Shargio, let's split it. And then my first position is going to be 0.25. And my second position will be 0.25. Does anyone else want to jump in this or
I'll go.
I'll stay out.
Charlie's staying out? Shargio's in. Anybody else? I know Kyung said no.
No.
Okay, just me and Shargio. Okay. So yeah, we're passing the high. I'm just going to use dynamic risk right now. Stop loss is going to be somewhere down here. Take profit's going to be up there. A little bit more than 1 to 1. Spreads around 3 pips, which I don't like, but that's all right. And then Shargio, do you want to enter now or wait?
I'll enter now.
Okay. 0.25 or your full percentage?
I'll do 0.25 just because it's coming towards the end of the candle.
Yep. Stop loss?
The same as yours.
TP?
1 to 1, please.
There you go. So you are 707. I think that's a plane, right? I guess 737, 747s. Let's slow this down a little bit. 777s. So if this 15-minute closes bearish, then I'll be closing 50%. And I'm only risking 50% of or I'm only risking like 1%. Or actually 0.5% for me at least. So that's definitely something you can afford with candles like this. What do we talk about with impulsive moves? Nice. Impulsive moves right here. Then you get this little retest right here. And then you get the same exact size move on the other side of that retest. So 15-minute hopefully closes strong. My head switch. Damn, gold in the live market just tapped me at break even and flip bearish and close bearish. Wow, that's a nice move. Do you guys see this setup? Closed above resistance, rejected it, respected the low of the previous candle, passed the high of the previous candle, use dynamic risk right now. I'm probably just going to use that 0.25. I'm not going to risk any more because it is like an iffy range right here.
I was gonna take that trade today, the one that you took, but it was too late for me. It already
Yeah, so
passed.
you missed it.
Yeah, I missed it.
Still good. Journal it.
Yeah.
You'll grab it. All right. So we're coming up over here. What are we at? What are we at? Trades. Here we go. We're at 20 pips. 31 pips is the 1-to-1. I'm gonna take off like 25% of this, even though it's like nothing, but yeah, 25%. Just before the hour closes. Sergio, you want to do anything or just leave it?
No, I'll just leave it.
Okay. Yeah, that's you. Okay. You're 707.
Yeah.
Let's do the hourly real quick. Yeah, hour's about to close nice. I'm just worried it may reject that area right there and retest this area. That's why I wanted to take a piece off. Nice. See, it's that last push in the last 2 minutes that gold normally gives you. Nice, Sergio. And being that I already secured up, I want to hold this thing to the to my take profit. Honestly, I should have made my take profit a little bit shorter, like somewhere in this area. Maybe that wick fell right there, but see what we get. Actually, that candle closed with no top wick.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, I don't like that. All right, give me another 50% off of this. All right, let this thing run.
Why didn't you like the candle that didn't close with a top wick?
Because it could go anywhere. It could go 50-50. It could very well shoot up, you know, but at the same time, it could also run out of steam near that resistance. Since I just closed 50 there, I'm going to cancel my TP. And then I'm going to go break even. My TP would have been hit right there. Maybe take off another 25% and then let the rest go because it's Friday. I don't want to hold a trade over the weekend. You guys get that? Again, it's almost a little conservative the way I'm managing that, but it's Friday, so you got to understand a lot of the different dynamics of why a pair moves the way it does and what it could do.
Yeah, you want to secure what you've got as well on a Friday, and just leave that little runner.
Yeah, exactly. Like last week, I ended up leaving the runner on GJ, right, and it played out towards the beginning of last week or this week. Yeah. But I mean, you're eating that swap, but it's not going to be that much. Sometimes it's worth it. And honestly, I think would I still be in GJ right now if I left that? Honestly, shouldn't have traded the yeah, I'd still be in GJ. I grabbed 200 pips up here, that resistance, and then price came right down into this area. That'd be it'd be cutting it because my entry was right here. So now we're rejecting this. So we're just gonna fast forward a little bit, see what we end up getting here to end the day. Oh, not rejecting. Nice. So what I could do is let's go back to the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hours pushing up. So what I'm gonna do is just move this. Actually, you know what? We're gonna keep it. I already secured enough. So I'm just gonna let this thing roll and see what we end up getting. Maybe if we come into this area, I'll secure another piece, another 50%. Barely have anything running right now, but we're at 56 pips. Boosting up our account a little bit. So we're coming into, oh, there's the market close. How do we open the next week? A couple bearish candles, holding support right here. Holding support, nice. It's just ranging over here. Yeah, see, if we look at the 4 hour here, yeah, this is Monday. Holding support right there on the 1 hour. Is this a fake out to continue up? If we get a close below that support, yeah, we're coming down over there. So right here, I'm gonna close the full thing. All right, so we're at 1.93. We both only risk 0.5% total on this. So good job, Sergio. I guess we'll play. We'll just end up trading. So it probably would have been stopped at right there. We'll probably end up just trading Tuesday London because this is pretty rangy over here to start the week after NFP. Yeah, look at that. I wouldn't want to trade in this anyway. All right. So good job, guys. I'm gonna save this. We're gonna add it to our gold. Yeah. I'm gonna add this to the database, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning.
Yeah, see you later.
Absolutely. Oh, honestly,
Thanks a lot.
there may be a chance that there's no group session tomorrow. I got to do something early in the morning back home. Not early in the morning, but I got to be home by 11 a.m. So it takes about 2.5 hours to travel home. So tomorrow we may not have a session, but I'll be communicating with you guys while I'm in the car and stuff like that, and letting you guys know if I'm taking anything. But it's a Friday. Remember our rules. Remember our standards. Chase that that check mark today, but also for tomorrow, just remember, do not overtrade, do not over risk. You don't need to catch a trade tomorrow. 1 to 2 trade ideas tomorrow, if that, maybe 3. I highly recommend not taking 3 on a Friday. I took 2 today, and that's a Thursday. Focus on your capital preservation and saving the profits that you made over the week. Don't try to like make any trades back or anything like that. Save it. Preserve your capital. Keep that trading plan in front of you. Make smart decisions tomorrow and stick to your system. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot,
Absolutely.
Steph.
Great job, boys. This will be in the database soon.
Right.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah.